Welcome to the channel, or welcome back. Before I hop into today's video, I want to turn you guys around and show you something really quick. Sam's Club has these 5-gallon buckets, and they're just a standard 5-gallon. They have the Sam's Club logo on it, and then once you get to the other side of it, it does have the gallons broken down for you. It does come with this lid. It's a little thin lid, and they were $3.98. I have not tried these with my Gamma lids. I'm sure they'll be fine, but like I said, these came with it, and you didn't have to pay like additional price or anything. So I just want to let you guys know the deal is, or not even a deal, it's available for you to pick up in store. I didn't see where there was a shipping option online for this. I just wanted to take a quick minute to check in with everybody and check on everybody just to see how you guys are doing. There's a lot always happening and a lot going on. Every time you turn around, there's something on the news or just happening like in real life that's going on. And I just want to make sure that all of you guys are doing well. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself, your health, your well-being, your mental. That's really important. As somebody who struggles with mental health themselves, I can definitely relate. If you feel like you need outside help, please don't be afraid to do so. Don't let the stigma behind it like deter you from doing that, because it's a lot going on and some of it can be quite heavy and just weighing on you. So make sure you get out there and talk to somebody if you need to, whether that's a family member, a friend, a therapist. Just do whatever you have to do to help yourself. But I want to chat with you guys for a second and let me know your thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section. I was thinking last night, I almost feel like the American dream is no longer like the American dream, right? I've talked about this in a couple of other videos. I feel like what was sold to us and everything that we heard growing up, not to say that some of those things weren't true, but I feel like there's so much happening, so much has changed and will continue to change. I don't feel like the same world that I grew up in obviously is the same world that my kids are growing up in. And I'm going to be honest, as a parent, I worry about my kids and my grandkids' future. I wonder if they're going to be able to like live on their own and be able to afford like just everyday necessities and without struggling, you know what I mean? So that's like a big fear of mine. Especially because I do have some kids that are older, and right now, like financially, apartments and, duplexes and rental homes are through the roof. A lot of people are struggling just to keep their places, and the people that have places that, are adults and have been in the workforce for years, a lot of them are having to give up, their homes and places that they rent because they can't afford it. Either rent has gone sky high or their mortgage has doubled or tripled because they got sucked into the, the adjustable or variable rate. So now they can't afford to live in their homes, and a lot more people are becoming homeless. So it's like, where does that leave like the younger generation? A 2-bedroom is running anywhere from like $1,000 to like $1,500, and sometimes even higher depending where you are. The landlords want you to make 3 times the amount of rent, and it's like, how is that even feasible in today's economy? I never quite understood that anyways, but when you take into account what people are doing now and how jobs are letting people go with either no notice or like very little notice, how are people able to sustain themselves, and how will they be able to? How does this affect our future moving forward? It feels like some of the rules need to be changed when it comes to like rental homes. I remember when we first got our first place, it was like $500 a month for rent, and that was 6 months after my 18th birthday. Like I said, $500 a month. It was for a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom duplex, actually. And of course, we had to pay for gas and electric separate. But it's like, if grown people who have been in the workforce for a while are having a hard time staying afloat, how does the younger generation stay afloat? How does this affect them? A lot of jobs just aren't paying. And then you have people that are struggling with college debt. And I think that's another thing. People were told, like, go to college, you'll have a great career. And I'm not saying that that doesn't happen still sometimes, but you can also go to trade school and get a trade, and a lot of times actually be like better paid than the people that, went to school and got like the 4-year degrees and, went back to school like a trade. So it's like, and it costs you less to get a trade. So it's like, that's something to think about, like even for my kids, because some of my kids have chosen not to go to college. One is delaying it because she's trying to open her own business. She's working on that. Well, she's working on a couple of different things right now. And I have another child that has decided that she just wants to do a trade. And that trade is welding. Even if you go to school, whether it go, you're going to trade school, for a short amount of time, or whether you're going to, 2-year university, 4-year, or you go back to get your, bachelor's and master's and things like that, where does that leave you when everything is constantly changing in the world? We have AI that has come through, and while a lot of people feel like it's beneficial, and I'm not saying that it's not, it's also wiping away jobs. And it's like, it's being used in every aspect. It's being used in healthcare. It's being used even in fast food, you guys. I know for a fact, I went to a fast food restaurant in a town over, it was a Bojangles, and they had an automated, like the speaker wasn't a regular human being. It was like automated, and she took my order, and my mind was blown. I was like, it caught me off guard, because in my town we don't have that yet. While I know that AI is a thing, you still don't quite expect it, especially when you go through a drive-through restaurant. But that's something else. Like, that person lost their job because they didn't need anybody to take their order, because the system, they do have somebody on the headset, because I actually asked the young lady about it. They have somebody on the headset to make sure that everything is still coming through okay, and that the AI doesn't mess it up. But the actual person that will work those different shifts specifically for that, they had to let go of those people. So again, you're not safe anywhere, no matter what in what line of business that you're in, and what line of work that you're doing. It's a world that we are living in right now. So again, like I said, there is like a housing crisis across America, because not only are people being left homeless because they can't afford places, a lot of places are struggling with affordable housing. Like, there's so many people and not enough for affordable housing. People are struggling to put food on the table thanks to inflation. I actually bought food for a cookout, and it was just, your regular hamburger buns, hot dog buns, things like that, chips, drink, things along those lines. And it rang up to like $86, like, give or take. And that was like for 8 to 9 items, maybe 8 to 10 items, something like that. But it wasn't a whole lot. It's not like it was a buggy full of stuff, is what I'm getting to. And again, that's just for a cookout. So I'm almost wondering how that will play into the summer. We are on Memorial Day weekend. A lot of people typically cook out and things like that throughout the summer. Hot. It's just a good time to cook out. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about AI. Let me know what you think about the homeless issue and just like the American dream. Like, do you feel like there's an American dream that still exists, or do you think that's over with? And what do you think about our kids and our kids' futures and our grandkids? Let me know down below in the comment section, you guys. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up, you guys. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you guys in the next one.